And I was like, all right, I started off and I befriended my wife.
Yep.
My wife.
My wife.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Tether Radio Podcast, the only podcast keeping you from spiraling out into the infinite abyss. I'm your host, Daniel, and I'm joined, as always, by Miss Allie.
I believe I'm going by Big Cheese. Still,
Oh, shit.
I did buy that hat. I did.
Yeah, we forgot to send that tweet out.
I gotta get a good selfie in it.
Yeah, that would be fucking amazing.
I just dumb laugh every time I put the hat on. I'm like, Big Cheese.
Let me restart real quick. And I'm joined, as always, by Allie Big Cheese Valentine. Sorry,
I feel like that's my what's it, WWE walkout intro?
No. Seriously, we need to have some music for that. My God, that would be amazing. So, how was your week, Allie?
Man, it was a good week.
Yeah.
I went to a really, really good wedding last night. I hate weddings, and I still loved this one, so that means a lot. But really good buddy of mine in Chattanooga got married to his boyfriend, and they've been together 6.5 years. And Jesse's like, "You guys aren't rushing into this getting married thing, are you?"
My God, dude. Meghan and I got accused of rushing into it because we actually only dated 9 months before we actually got married.
Wow.
But
you knew each other.
We knew each other from high school.
Yeah.
And I mean, had been in the same friend groups and stuff, so she knew that she was marrying a raging lunatic.
And you knew you were marrying up and you needed to lock it down.
Hey, if there's one bit of advice that I took from my father, it was marry up, man. So, well, rock and roll. That sounds
man.
good.
What about you? How's your week?
It was good. Had to keep the Nugget out of daycare on Friday because he was had the sniffles, we'll say. But and he had a little cough too. But I don't know, man. It's I know, right? It's it makes me nervous because I feel like when we put him in, because he started daycare last year, in November, just because I think they have to be able to walk and be 1 year old or something like that. And dude, I swear to God, I was fucking sick for 3 months straight. So I'm really hoping that his immune system and my immune system have doubled down for this year's flu season.
Man, I get at least a bad cold every winter, and I almost always end up with a cold in June or July, and I'm like, who gets sick in the middle of the summer? This is so stupid. But I didn't get one this year. I've not been sick this whole calendar year.
God, knock on wood.
And now this morning I woke up and my throat's a little sore, and I'm like, oh, it's here.
No. Man. Oh, man. But yeah, hopefully I'll be avoiding that. Definitely want to give a big shout out to the Tennessee Volunteers. They had a nice big W over the Kentucky Wildcats last night.
Man,
that was awesome.
I loved when we just caught the very, very end when the final play or whatever happened. Yeah. And as soon as it happened and you knew there was a minute and a half left in the game or something, but it was over. Yeah. And everybody in the bar went nuts, and as soon as that happened, they pan to a random Kentucky fan who's just pouting so hard. I'm like, your face is gonna freeze that way, sir.
Seriously. My God, dude. Anytime we oh jeez, excuse me. Anytime we can take out another SEC team, man, I'm all about that.
I just seeing the losing fans. I know that's
awful.
I
know, it's terrible.
I hate when they zoom in on the losing team. I feel bad for them, especially if it's a big time game. Yeah. As soon as the Super Bowl ends, they're like, "Oh, here's the losing quarterback," and he's crying, and you're like, "Man, don't make him interview right
dude,
now."
He's gonna have to take that Lamborghini back. He was looking at that $250,000 bonus.
Look, he already has a hard enough life.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But the fans, though, you know about the surrender cobra, right?
No.
Okay, so this is a podcast, so I have to explain it, but I can show you. It's just when a fan is just doing this in the crowd, and you look like a
it's
cobra.
Like the hands interlace behind the head.
Yeah, so like up. Your elbows are kind of making a diamond, and like once someone said it, I was like, "That's the perfect name." And everyone does that, especially college football fans.
Oh yeah, my God, that's awesome. Well, rock and roll, man. Well, how do we start this out?
Man, I've got a guy.
Let's do it. Let's jump in.
There's a guy in Hilton Head, South Carolina. He is 24 and his name is Parrish Brown, which, what was the dude in Frosty the Snowman? What's the...
in the song?
Yeah.
Parson Brown.
Parson Brown. Okay. I'm like, this Parson is a really Brown. Close name to that.
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
So Parrish Brown, he went through a McDonald's drive-thru during a late night break from work, and he ordered a 10-piece McNugget, a double cheeseburger, and a sweet tea with light ice and extra lemon. First off, bro, this is not a Starbucks. You don't get to put all these caveats in your drink order. Shut the fuck up.
From McDonald's, yeah.
Light ice? You're out here trying to screw the system into getting 10 cents more of your sweet tea. Shut up. Anyway, also, is he already high? Because you're getting nuggets and a burger on your lunch break? Like, you get to pick one, man.
Not if you're at a fucking cookout.
Oh, Jesus. Well, okay, you have to do it at cookout. Anyway, so the employee working the window repeated the words extra lemon in an odd voice before handing him his drink. And he seems to think that extra lemon was code for put 3 bags of weed in my tea, please, because that's what he got.
What?
And even though the tea tasted weird, he drank it all because he was thirsty. He tried to stir it with his straw when he was like toward the end of the drink.
Yeah.
And he poked a hole in one of the bags. And he opened the cup, was like, what's this? 3 bags of weed.
Oh my God.
So
that was the most expensive tea
right? Sure, I'll just give you 3 bags of weed. That'll be $9.78, bro.
So is this like did somebody figure out that like, oh, this is how somebody deals out of McDonald's? I mean,
that's what your boy is saying,
right?
That it's doing, but like the investigation is still underway. And no arrests have been made.
Plus, it seems like you would use what you said. The extra lemon was
right?
the like. Why? That seems like a really common,
probably a fairly common like
request.
Yeah, you probably need like
the light ice. I don't know. So
yeah,
but.
Light ice is a thing people do at Starbucks, but who does that at McDonald's?
Yeah.
I don't know, but.
Awesome.
So he was high and freaking out at work, so he called his dad. His dad told him to tell his boss, and his boss told him to call the police. And this person that wrote this Vice article said, that's like the holy trinity of people you don't want to deal with when you're high.
Yeah.
And that is...
Your dad boss.
That is perfect journalism right there.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
So I guess I want to know what this guy, like, what really happened here. Like, did you just, you smoked too much weed on your lunch break and you got spooked and then, like, you came up with this weird story? I don't know.
I feel like it was, I mean, like, I just don't understand. Well, first of all,
some people get weird when they smoke weed.
Oh, yeah, no, the paranoia shit, I totally get it. But my thing would be, okay, so let's say he was high before, because honestly, that sounds like a pretty damn high order.
That's a high order.
But so do you think it was his own weed in the tea?
Why would you put your weed in the tea? I don't know.
To get that extra bang for your buck or something. Fuck if I know. I don't drink weed.
There was a rich guy in my high school, and he ate weed instead of smoking it, which apparently he was, 17, so what does he know? But apparently eating it works fine, but you have to eat more than smoking it, but he could do that because he was loaded.
Oh my God. See, I just remember...
wonder what he's up to these days.
Well, I remember guys in high school making, like, weed butter to make, like, edibles and stuff. And, I mean, like, I always opted out of that just because it seemed wasteful as fuck.
Also, I'm a nerd.
Don't you fucking, taint my brownies.
I'm a nerd. I've never smoked weed. I have really bad luck, and I know as soon as I smoked weed for the first time, the cops would show up wherever I am and be like, that's it. And I'm like, that's just how my life is.
That's it.
Also, I've been
We're
around
gonna make
it.
an example of you, Valentine.
But I've been around it, and I just really don't like the smell, and I don't think I'd like it. And so, where was I fucking going with this? I like had a point here.
The edible stuff, the weed butter.
I really don't like the smell, and I really don't think I want to taste it. Like, I don't want to cook with fucking weed.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't care how much you try to hide it and stuff, dude. It tastes.
Yeah,
it tastes
I've
like
got some friends that do quite a bit of edibles that are like, and they're even like, these are so bad. Like, they get you really fucked up, but they taste so bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. God, man. But I actually, now that I think about it, I think that I've heard of people making like weed tea, but not in this manner. Like,
this is not how it's done.
No.
And maybe Parrish Brown thinks this is how it's done.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, so what you want to do is you want to get a light ice McDonald's tea, and then you want to dump 3 bags of weed in the bottom of it. Shake it around a little bit. Maybe poke a hole in one of the bags.
I can't. This poor dude. This poor dude.
God.
I would love... You ever hear those calls to, like, 911 where they're like, I'm so high, I think I'm dead? That's what this sounds like. Like, the cop's like, yeah, you found weed in your tea, huh? You drank the whole thing, though, huh?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I want my money back for this burger that there's 1 bite left, or something
also,
like that.
All through this, the whole story, the kid was like, I've never smoked weed, I don't even know, but, like, it was a taste that I was not familiar with. And I'm like, dude, you've at least smelled weed. You could figure out the taste.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't look like oregano for all of our high school listeners. I remember Joseph, another person that might show up on the podcast on occasion. He was telling me about how in high school there was this chick, or not high school, it was middle school. This chick bought weed out in Granger County, and literally somebody had taken grass clippings and like baked them in an oven for a little bit just to kind of like dry it out, and then put it in a like sandwich bag and sold it to her. And she smoked grass. And they were like, oh yeah, we're so high. They were like, that's not even weed. But anyway, speaking of getting high and getting the munchies, let's talk about Pringles, dude. All right, so this is my quick shit. Basically, what happened was Pringles decided to launch a new. Apparently there is a mad toddler downstairs. Anyway, so Pringles decided to launch a turducken flavored chip for an even crispier Thanksgiving feast.
That can't be good. It can't be good.
I looked into trying to get some of them because I was like, "Oh man, I want to get on that shit."
Was it you guys that used to try all the weird chip flavors?
Yes.
Yeah.
Megan and I, we have had more than we probably care to claim of the really bizarre flavored chips. But anyway, so basically, this is literally a chip that is designed to taste like a turducken, which for the uninitiated is I believe a Cornish hen that's stuffed inside of a duck that's stuffed inside of a turkey.
I think so.
So this kind of made me wonder about like turduckens in general, and especially after was that last week, or were we talking about Goldbelly for this show?
No, we just talked about Goldbelly.
Okay.
Because I don't know why I happened across it sometime this week for something.
I think one of you were talking about one of your friends was telling you about.
Yeah, but he had told me about it a while back.
Oh, okay.
He had ordered some stuff, but I ended up on Goldbelly this week and spent way too long looking at gourmet food that I'm not going to order.
God. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Megan and I almost pulled the trigger on the Gino's East pizzas, the deep dish. Oh. Dude, you can get 4 for $80.
Dude, let's go in on it.
So that's actually not a bad idea.
Let's have a pizza.
All right, sorry, listeners.
Okay,
now we're off.
We'll report back about how good these deep dish pizzas
are. Yeah. So basically, what they did is they made this chip that tasted like a turducken. Well, they decided not to stop there, and they decided to keep going and basically come up with a Thanksgiving feast, like, assortment of chips. So they have chips that taste like cranberry sauce, stuffing.
I would eat those. I would eat the cranberry sauce, for sure.
Really?
I love cranberry.
So cranberry sauce, stuffing, and pumpkin pie. I said I'd try the pumpkin pie.
I would try the stuffing. I feel like that could work.
No, I mean, hell, honestly. Yeah. I mean, it's bread anyway. Yeah. So
I'm surprised they didn't go mashed potatoes because, they're potato chips. That's logical.
Yeah. And just make it taste like gravy or something like that. But, so yeah.
When Jones Soda came out with all those flavors? Do you remember those? The Thanksgiving?
I listened to another podcast that they were talking about tasting the ranch one. Oh, God. And it was like, they were like, literally, you take a sip of it and you want to vomit because it's like carbonated, really thin ranch. Oh. And I was like...
Oh, I hate that.
Like, yeah. It was... Anyway. Ugh. So they went on sale this past Thursday. And guess what? It crashed the Kelloggs website.
Wait, Kelloggs makes... Who's
Pringles?
This, Pringles?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so you could have gotten them on the Kellogg's online store that Thursday. But dude, people, I looked up another article. People were talking about how they would put them in their cart, it would crash. Yeah. They'd get to checkout, it would crash. They'd start putting in like billing information, it would crash.
Of all the things you expect. Well, no, not Apple, because no one can touch Apple. I was gonna say like when like the new AirPods launched or something, you expect that, but Pringles?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But fear not, dear listeners. You can still get the Thanksgiving turkey flavored ones for a limited time at grocery stores. Ooh. So they didn't have a mention of specific groceries that would be carrying it, but keep an eye out. They should hit shelves during the month of November. So thank you.
Thanksgiving month.
The 11th month. You guys know. So I thought that this was just really funny. But then I started kind of like doing a little bit deeper of a dive on the whole turducken stuff. Yep. So for a turducken from Goldbelly, let me get down to my notes.
So Goldbelly is the site that's basically like an Uber Eats, but for the whole country sort of thing. Like you order a dish from, say, the pizza place we were talking about from like Chicago. Yeah. And they fulfill the order and send it to you. Is the understanding I got of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And honestly, it sounds like it works really cool. It works really well. The reviews that I was reading, they were saying that everything showed up like on time, ice cold, like everything's good. Yeah. And it actually, once it was prepared, it was really identical to what was described.
Man.
Kind of thing. So,
yeah.
So Goldbelly sells them for to serve 10 to 12 people. A turducken from Goldbelly was $1.29, man. Like, whoa. So that's a lot, man. So I mean, shit, that's pretty much $10 a person.
Yeah.
And I'd say that if you're feeding 12, you ain't gonna get a whole lot.
No, probably not.
But if you have a Fresh Market near you, you can order their like smaller ones, and in order to feed 10 to 12, you'd have to get 2, and they were $6.99 a pound.
Yeah.
$84, which I didn't think that was that terrible.
That's not too bad.
Yeah. To try it sometime. Yeah. And I mean, you can get one for whatever to feed 5 to 6 people. Yeah. For whatever, half of $42 or whatever. Yeah. Sorry, quick. I can't math right now. But the other thing that I wanted to mention real quick as a side note was a thing that I was that actually was shown to me by Allie.
Uh-oh.
And it is called a Pike Aiken.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Dude, pecan pie.
Yep.
Pumpkin pie.
Yep.
Apple pie. Mm-hmm. And all of that is encased in a spice cake.
It sounds like too much, but also I need to try it.
I want to try it. But take a stab at how much that shit runs.
Oh, no. I don't even. Okay, so let's say a good pie might be $50, and this is 3 pies and then a cake. I'm going to shoot for 200.
100.
That's a steal.
I'm not going to lie. I was expecting it to be a little bit more also.
And it looks
good.
Legit. It looks real good.
Yeah. But it also, the weird thing is, and we'll move on after this, I was having trouble finding on the website, like, the pictures that they had. I didn't see any apple pie really in it. Unless it's just, like, a topping, like, topped with apple or something like that. So, that ain't apple pie, friends.
No, that doesn't count.
But anyway, we'll go ahead and cruise on. Yeah. So let's see where we want to head from here.
I've got just a little quick shit.
Okay.
I found a story about New Jersey voters approved nearly $1 million tax hike to tackle teen mental health crisis.
Fucking A, Tweety. to quote my great father.
I love it.
It's about damn time.
I mean, that shit's important, and it's nice to hear that voters are like, yes, I'll pay a little bit more in my taxes to hopefully prevent some kids killing themselves, you know? And, you know, that's cool to hear. And apparently New Jersey has one of the lowest suicide rates in the U.S., but they're still seeing increases, and that's got people concerned. There was one study that said preteen suicide attempts in New Jersey have tripled since 2007.
Oh, geez.
That's insane. That's quick.
Yeah.
And awful.
Yeah.
And that's attempts.
You know what's really interesting? You know what was, like, kind of getting a lot of traction in 2007?
No.
Social media.
Shit.
Because think about when, like, it started. That's when it really, the college stuff, I think that they started allowing high schoolers to sign up for Facebook around like then. The 2008.
Yeah.
Something like that, 2009.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, dude, I think that we're going to look back on social media and find out that it is a fucking terrible thing.
I think for a lot of people it is terrible. Like I really believe that a lot of things in life are, you know, it depends on how you handle yourself with it. Mm-hmm. And I love social media for a lot of reasons, but I make an effort to only look at good stuff. You know, like I'm in a lot of weird Facebook groups, but they're fun or they're just goofy. Mm-hmm. And if somebody's just terrible on Facebook, I don't mute them. I just fucking delete them. Yeah. Like, I don't care. And call me out on it. I'll tell you you're the worst on Facebook. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, no, and I completely agree. And I guess the thing that sucks is, like, you are a very confident person,
right? And a lot of people. Well, and I'm old at this point. Like, think about like 7th grade. Like no one was confident.
No,
you know. So,
and I mean, I remember
even
one of my cousins, their daughter just graduated high school recently.
Yeah.
And they were like, we won't let her on social media anymore because it became so toxic that it was like girls, which I love my wife, but damn, women can be some of the most catty and just like literally their prerogative is to make your life hell kind of thing. Not all women.
No, but there's a lot of people that just like that is almost a hobby of theirs.
Yeah. It's kind of fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's just sad. Yeah. But I mean, you know, a lot of people just like you know, in theory, I'd like to quit Facebook, but really, I've got like friends on there that I only talk to through there, and groups that I like to follow, and you know, things that I actually do on there that I don't want to leave. But Facebook itself sucks.
Yeah,
and you know,
as a whole, kind of.
Yeah. But I don't know. I hope that people start to make more of an effort to avoid the shit that they hate. Because that so improves your quality of life.
Yeah. Perfect segue.
Yep.
Let's talk about some changes that hopefully are coming to Twitter.
Cool, because I was about to get an Instagram, but we'll get to that next.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go.
We got a lot of segues.
A lot of. We actually have a theme for this episode.
Weird tech.
weird tech and social media shakeups.
Yeah.
So there was a Twitter executive by the name of his last name's Dantley. Oh my god,
that's
I had
a fake
his
last name. If I've
I know,
ever heard
right? Right. Anyway, I'll find it somewhere. Anyway, he put out a tweet that and he said features that I'm looking forward to in 2020 are the following: remove me from this conversation. Don't allow retweet of this tweet. Don't allow people to @mention me without my permission. Remove this @mention from this conversation. Tweet this only to # interest or these friends.
Yeah.
I think these are all fan-fucking-tastic implementations.
I think they're really good. And they're all like things you have to opt into. Like, if you just still want to just use Twitter really basic, it'll still work the same for you.
Yeah.
But those sound really cool.
It's just, I think that it will make it substantially... Well, it just puts more power into the user's hands over, whatever.
Yeah.
If you have somebody that's just fucking around and trolling you and all this stuff, you can get around them. You don't have to block them or anything, but it's like, every time that or don't let this person mention me or whatever.
I really like the remove this mention from this conversation.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll be having a really good conversation and some rando will pop in and you're like, what? No. Like, if someone else reads this thread, I want them to read it the logical way without your bullshit in the middle of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's just fucking whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it'll be really cool to see. They said that, let's see, I wanted to get this quote because they actually talked about Mashable reached out and tried to get basically more details from Twitter about all of this. And they said the features mentioned are ideas we're exploring. Explorations and experimentations have always been a part of our process. We'll have more to share should we decide to move forward with any of them. So it's not cut in stone kind of thing at this point, but I don't know, man. I hope that this story, went across enough desks and stuff and gets some traction because it seems like it's got legs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
but,
that's really cool.
Anyway, let's move on to Instagram.
Yeah, related news. Instagram has basically started implementing some changes too. They're actually kind of taking away some features, but ultimately, I think it's for the greater good.
Which I think we mentioned it
a little because it's kind of
previously.
been in talks. So a couple episodes ago, we were talking about Instagram had been testing this outside the U.S. and it's in quite a few countries. I didn't list them because it was like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
But now they've said they're going to test it in the U.S. on some accounts. And this article first said that it was going to go out to everyone this week, but now it's been updated that they're just testing. So I think it's still like kind of up in the air, and they don't want to really lock it down or make it permanent or anything. But so this article that I looked at was from Wired. It said that social media researchers have argued that when users tailor their content to whatever garners the most engagement or outrage, the result is a radicalized environment that makes healthy, happy conversations almost impossible.
Yeah.
So the big change that they're talking about is taking away likes. So So my Instagram, I would still see how many likes my stuff got, but you wouldn't. No one else would see on...
So it's just not public kind of thing. Okay.
So you'll still have those metrics to gauge your own, I guess, influence or whatever you want to call that, like how well each post does.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I think it's a really good idea because, a lot of people are, like we were just saying, influenced by social media, and they're out there and they're always, there's the like whole trope of a girl posts a selfie and if it doesn't get so many likes within like 10 minutes, she just deletes it because she's embarrassed about it. Like, that's a whole thing.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. And I'm like, God, how sad is that? Like, that's miserable.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, so I also kind of think it sucks. Like, I don't know. I guess that way no one's like, oh, your selfie only got 3 likes. You're dumb. Like, but I'm on Instagram. There's a whole community that they call themselves Bookstagram. And it's still on Instagram. It's just like book people. And it's so positive and it's so wholesome and it's just so happy.
Yeah.
And it feels like a whole different world than like Kylie Jenner's Instagram comments or something, Like it's not the same thing. Yeah. And I'm glad that I'll still see how many likes my stuff gets. And I don't really care if other people see that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not out here trying to have 8 million followers or something.
Yeah.
But like... I think it helps me to see how well other people's certain posts are doing. Like, is this a hashtag that everybody's kind of playing in? Is people that are participating in that, are those posts doing better? Should I do that hashtag and do this little, like, play along sort of game thing? Yeah. Or should I post better captions? Like, to see what's performing well for other people helps me to figure out kind of how to... But I guess that's also their whole point is... They don't want you gaming the whole thing.
Well, and so, and not to put you on the spot, but like, why does it matter if it performs well to you?
I don't know. I guess okay. If I'm going to be posting stuff about books either way, say I'm going to make a post about this certain book, and I see that other people are doing better if they like post this certain kind of post about it, that just tells me that people like that better. And just from like a positive standpoint, I would like these people that I consider my online friendos to like my stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Not metric wise, like give me a like, but just for them to enjoy my content.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like I feel like the pure is such a like loaded word to use, but I feel like I'm coming from a more pure side of this where I just want it to be enjoyable.
Yeah.
And I don't really care about how many likes I get and how many followers I have. Like, I don't know how many followers I have, and I'm fairly active on there.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
And it's fine if you do care about that stuff, but like, I don't think it's going to get me anything.
Yeah. I feel like you kind of treat social media like I treat movies. In that
we really like it, but it's for fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like normally I'm not super well versed, or not super well versed, but I'm not. I have not seen a shit ton of dramas.
Right.
The reason why
is you don't like dramas.
Is because I have enough drama in my own life.
Sure.
Like when I'm watching a movie, I want to be entertained. I want it to be like action, positive, all this stuff. Because I'm a pretty positive person for the most part.
And see, Jesse makes fun of me all the time because I like such negative things.
Really?
But like, I like them from
You're too fucking positive, Allie.
But I do like, I really like when it comes to movies, if like one of my favorite movies is Closer, and he's like, that movie is so awful. Like it's so dark and it's just about everybody cheating on each other.
Is it Natalie Portman?
Yeah. And they're all like cheating on each other.
She had like weird color hair. I think she had like pink hair in it.
She wore a wig as a stripper in part of it. Yeah. But like, I just like it because like the emotions are so like powerful in it. And I don't know. I like stuff that makes me feel something.
Yeah.
And happy stuff a lot of times to me comes across as just like not believable and not realistic. And the really sad, heart-wrenching, just angry stuff makes me feel something. So I don't know.
I mean, that makes sense though. I mean, shit, dude. Everybody uses entertainment for different reasons. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And
but yeah, I think really Instagram, their whole thing. You know, I think they're doing this for the greater good. Like I think
hopefully, and I would guess that it must have done well on the previous.
Yeah, it sounded like it's been doing really well in those other countries.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be good.
Interesting. Hopefully, maybe we can make a little note and see if we can do.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on it, and I'll see how like, because I think Bookstagram doesn't really bitch about stuff, but like I think we'll all be like, wait, where are my likes?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I can see mine. Where are your likes?
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, everybody. And on 24-hour intervals, you need to post in the comment thread how many likes it has, just to tell everybody else. But well, let's stick with social media, I guess.
Yeah, man.
Let's cruise over to Facebook.
Yeah.
Testing out some face detection tools to verify your identity. Don't like it already.
Nope.
I mean, I come from the camp of I just created a Facebook profile as a shell account, pretty much, so that I can engage with Tether Radio listeners.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
You will not see if shit is posted on there, it will probably be about Tether Radio, not my personal life.
I so rarely post, and Friday my Facebook brought me up like, on this date in the past you made this post. And I was like, oh yeah? And it was a flyer someone had made that said Pussy Grabs Back, because it was election day in 2016.
Oh, God, yeah.
And I was like, oof, that did not age well.
So when are you going to issue your formal apology? No, I'm just kidding.
Nope.
That's a big negatory. No, it was really funny though, because I created an account, and honestly, it has been kind of interesting. And I was talking about
a little
Allie.
Experiment.
Yeah, kind of, because I wanted to see how organically my profile would grow in regards to like friend requests and shit. And I was like, all right, I started off and I befriended my wife.
Yep.
My wife. And then I befriended Allie.
Yep.
And man, it's kind of insane how often people will just hop on and with the friend suggestion stuff, and it's like, oh well, this out of these two people, you're mutual friends with both.
Yeah.
So why don't you, give him a friend request kind of thing. But it was really funny because I've always bitched and moaned about, well, not always, my God. When I got off of Facebook originally, probably 3 or 4 years ago, I was always just tinfoil hat, all that jazz.
Yep.
And one of my buddies sent me a, oh my God, I want to find it real quick because it was hilarious. He sent me a screenshot of, I guess it wasn't him. Anyway, sent me a screenshot of, do you want to friend request Daniel Bradley or whatever? Yeah. And he was like, so you decided to come back on the grid? And I was just like, you know what, man? It's like you try to start a podcast, and not be involved with social media.
Good luck.
Yeah, because honestly, for the first probably 20 to 25 episodes of Tether, I would just go out on Tuesday afternoons with a soapbox and a megaphone,
right? Yeah,
and just yell about the podcast.
Yeah.
You get zero organic growth.
It's not good. It's not very good.
It was like an 1830s growth hack.
Also, you got a couple arrests, I believe.
Yeah, seriously. We don't talk about that, but no. So anyway, getting back to Facebook, they have basically, and sorry that I smacked my lips twice. That's annoying as shit. They have basically decided to try to roll out this video selfie thing. And basically you'd have to take a video selfie where you look in different directions to give Facebook a more complete view of your face. It would be like Apple's, I know, right?
I hate it.
It would be, thanks, I hate it.
Thanks, I hate it.
It would be a bit like Apple's Face ID and similar systems, but there's no evidence it would require a depth sensor. So this was the thing that I was like, okay, wait a second. Facebook vows that, quote, no one else will see the video and it'll delete the clip after 30 days. Although that's not quite as secure as systems like Face ID, which doesn't basically leave that or allow that information to leave your device. It's stored on your device locally.
I don't trust any of that.
Oh, dude,
I don't even believe it at all.
Well, and I say it's stored locally.
Sure it is.
Quoted Apple,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's one of these things that it's like, okay, well, you've already pulled the information from the video that's necessary. Just because you're deleting the clip doesn't mean dick.
Yeah, my shit's out there.
Yeah. But yeah, so They like stressed or whatever that it's not facial recognition. It is a face detection tool.
Dude, it's absolutely recognition.
Yeah,
like it's what?
Exactly.
How are you even going to try to pretend it's not?
Yeah, it's just. I mean, dude, at this point, you're taking your life into your own hands by even being involved with Facebook.
Yeah.
And so, you know what? You choose how much information you want to give Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
And, that fucking Android. Anyway, sorry. I will always advocate going to YouTube and looking at the water sipping montages of Mark Zuckerberg. He is an alien.
Have you seen the thing going around of the person that made the wax version of like the wax museum version of Zuckerberg?
It probably looks more.
Yes, that's the whole point. It looks more alive than he does.
Yeah. Oh my God. It actually has a twinkle in its eye instead of that dead stare.
Yeah.
But
speaking of that,
yeah, what's up?
Just a little one more quick shit.
Let's do it.
A Russian startup is selling autonomous robots which buyers can choose to make look like any person on Earth. This is extremely cool because definitely no weirdo is going to make a robot of anyone they would like to fuck, and definitely not pretend it's their girlfriend, and definitely not sit around and masturbate in front of it. No one's going to do that.
Not at all.
Definitely no one's going to do that. Love to see it.
Jesus. But I'm not going to lie. We'll make sure that this shit makes it to the links and stuff. Make it to show notes. The picture is amazing. It is the most unrealistic looking robot.
It looks okay, but the eyes. The eyes.
I'm telling you, and it's so funny that they're like. Obviously, I always say this. I'm pretty big into gaming and the gaming community and all that stuff, and like. I love the behind the scenes kind of stuff of the gaming community. what illustrators and animators always complain about is animating water, animating fire, animating smoke, and eyes. Those
is it like
four...
how artists say like the hardest part of a person to draw is their hands? Kind of sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, because it literally, well, for instance, a hardcore tangent, there was a game that came out called Mass Effect.
Yeah.
And the fourth iteration of it, like, it got so much criticism because it looks like the eyes are like rolling around in the characters' heads and stuff, and like the facial animations are just, or they were absolutely abysmal. They put out patches and stuff to kind of help, but like it just got a shit ton of blowback because of it. But yeah, man. So if you're looking to, whatever.
Whatever plans you might have with this robot, I mean, we're not saying you're going to masturbate beside it all the time.
You're definitely not going to order one and make a small shrine for someone that you're like crushing on hard. Anyway. So let's where are we going to go from here?
I don't know. What do you got?
Let's talk about recycling. How about that?
Yeah.
So I looked into this one a little bit further than previously, and Lifehacker put out an article, should you even bother recycling your plastics? Short answer, yes, because if everybody stops recycling,
Yeah, you're fine.
If everybody starts recycling... or stops recycling, then we're just, you're putting that much more into landfills and shit. But
it's gonna look like the intro of WALL-E.
Yeah, exactly. The what was it? I think it was oh my god, what movie was it that it was? Oh no, it was fucking Idiocracy.
I still never seen that.
It's amazing. Oh yeah, but they talk about like the great like landfill slide of like blah blah blah. And at the beginning of the movie or whatever, they have like this dump truck that's like coming up onto this peak of this huge mound of trash that's like the size of a fucking mountain, and it dumps it. And it just starts this landslide or whatever. But
that's
anyway,
our future. That's what we have to look forward to.
It's a great movie. Honestly, though, it's slowly evolving from comedy to horror.
Yeah.
Because it's coming true.
It's like a prequel of the world.
Yeah. It's kind of terrifying. Yeah. But the shit thing about all of this is the fact that people... And by people, companies that are using like plastic bottles and limited use / one-time use plastics will always opt for, as they call, virgin plastic. Yeah, I know, right? Because it's like substantially cheaper to produce.
Yeah.
And so honestly, these companies, if I was running the company, I'd probably opt for it too, I mean, I hate to be a fucking terrible, whatever environmental person, but when it really comes down to it, you're looking at the bottom line, man.
Yeah.
And like, how much are we going to have to pay? And the other kind of shitty thing is the fact that recycling really doesn't function how a lot of people think it functions.
Yeah.
Like, the whole concept is, it's not like this shit is taken from your house and taken directly to a processing plant.
Right.
Basically, what they do is they sort it and they try to sell it.
Yeah.
And if you have a certain level of contamination, nobody's going to buy it.
Yeah.
That's why all of this stuff has, basically, they've had illegal dump sites and I think in this story they talk about Malaysia, I believe. But basically, these illegal illegal recycling facilities in Malaysia dispose of our recyclables or otherwise burn them, despite consumers' well-intentioned efforts.
Yeah.
Because if nobody's going to buy it, what else do you do with it?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the shit thing. But yeah. So I think that it's one of these issues of. This is a complete and utter, lot of problems within this. It's like trying to deconstruct the problem with healthcare in the United States. It ain't a simple fix,
No.
Yeah. And but it's, you know, the main things that they list in this, just as a whatever, know your recycling program's rules and change your consumption habits.
Yeah.
So, you know, am I going to really vastly change my, you know, consumption habits because a turtle had a straw up its nose or something?
No, but I am going to unfollow BuzzFeed Food on Facebook once they posted that fucking picture.
Of the turtle?
I'm like, this isn't like.
It's a food?
Yeah, it was BuzzFeed Food's account, and it was like a really graphic picture of a sea turtle.
I watched the video.
I was like, look, I get this is happening and it's awful, sure, yeah, but listen, I unsubscribe from shit that's ugly. Bye.
Dude, I'm telling you, I had actually heard from a source that's very familiar with the issue that turtle was just on a Coke bender.
You almost just got a face full of coffee because I just took a big gulp and then you said that. And I'm so dumb. I'm so gullible. I like when someone starts. I'm like, oh yeah, you got an inside source. Who is it? Okay, tell me about it.
No, you know what's really funny about my family is we all were really good at like delivery and like lying about shit.
Yeah.
But we're also some of the most gullible people you'll ever fucking meet.
Hey, that works. That makes so everybody tell good jokes.
Yeah, right? Dude, all we need is a fucking microphone and some drinks, dude. We're all hamming it up all night, man.
Dude, we have to get your dad on here. He is so funny.
Oh, yeah.
He would have a heyday.
Oh, my God, dude. Yeah. Well, once we get something that dad's, like, kind of familiar with and stuff.
We should have had him on here to talk about it.
Oh, my God, Damn it. Hindsight's always 20/20 in the podcast.
Hey, we could have a little Donner Party sub episode.
Oh yeah, everybody read that shit.
Yeah, everybody
that's
on.
Funny. But yeah, so long story short, recycling isn't where it needs to be.
Yeah.
The other thing that I looked up, because it's like, oh, look up your recycling whatever regulations and rules and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I didn't realize what is allowed and not allowed to be recycled.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of really strict stuff.
There was, but there was some stuff. Sorry, let me grab this list.
Yeah.
So obviously food waste makes sense.
Yeah.
Anything with a silver lining, you're not supposed to like inside chip bags.
Oh, okay.
You're not supposed to do anything waxy coated materials like milk cartons and stuff, like actual paper.
Oh, the cartons, yeah.
Yeah. Ice cream cartons also.
Yeah.
Plastic utensils you can't. You know.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And aluminum foil. I was kind of surprised.
Huh.
Because it seems like wouldn't that kind of fall under the aluminum current? Maybe I'm just ignorant to all this shit.
Don't know.
But a lot of this shit makes sense. But some of it, those were kind of the ones that kind of surprised me, I guess. But yeah. So, you know what? If you're hard into the recycling game, look up the rules and regulations for whoever, you know, this is curbside recycling, by the way. I'm sure that it's different with you know, the actual recycling sites that they have in big places or whatever, but yeah, so I don't know. I thought that was kind of an interesting article, because I didn't realize, honestly, the cost of recycling materials versus recycling plastic versus producing new plastic.
Yeah. That really sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because, like, I mean, sure, you have the incentive of, I'm helping the environment, but you have the incentive of, this way's cheaper.
Yeah.
And most companies are ultimately going to go with the cheaper way because, you know, it's about that bottom line. Well,
and plus, I mean, even if you are putting forth the effort, is it actually making it to a recycling plant?
Right.
You know, I mean, which, you know, whatever. Good luck creating a pedigree for every fucking, like, plastic bottle that's recycled. But
I used to work somewhere that was really big on recycling, but there was the facilities team had kind of a rumor going around that they didn't recycle anyway. Like, they sorted all the shit and it all went at the dumpster.
Yeah.
I'm like,
well, dude,
anybody would know, it'd be a facilities team.
Yeah, when I was still working at the bar, somebody brought up us recycling down there, and I was like, you can go fuck yourself, because that would just be an absolute madhouse.
God.
Like, you know that nobody would fucking do it right.
No.
And then our asses would have to be fucking sorting it, resorting it.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, we could barely get people to take the trash out down there. So, but anyway, so yeah. Long story short, hey, keep recycling. Put your best foot forward, and hope for the best, I guess. But
well, that sort of lets me seg into this.
What's up?
In New Zealand the other day, a New Zealand politician used the phrase "Okay, Boomer" in Parliament.
This is amazing,
and she used it perfectly. Chloe Schwarbrick told an older lawmaker, "Okay, Boomer," after he interrupted her speech on climate change. Isn't that perfect? Like,
it's amazing. It's like, about climate change. Textbook use.
It is absolutely textbook use. Boomers fucking hate being interrupted. Mm-hmm. And that's how millennials, we all pretty much interrupt each other. That's just how we talk.
Well, and honestly, the millennial language is seated so heavily in sarcasm.
Oh yeah. Well, and also like just those little bits of like if you're talking to someone older and you're telling them a long story, first off, they're not going to listen. But if they listen, they're maybe going to nod, but they're never going to like interject. Even like an affirmation, like you just said, yeah, right there. Mm-hmm. They're not going to do that because they think it's rude. And we're just different. We're totally different about, interruptions. Like if you think about like when 3 couples are over here at your house and we're hanging out in the kitchen drinking beer. Yeah. We're all kind of talking over each other and that's fine. Mm. We're used to that. That's what we do. Like no one's insulted. Yeah. Anyway, so boomers hate being interrupted. And, but they don't care. They interrupt us because we're not saying anything of substance.
Yeah. We're probably just talking about climate change.
Yeah. They just shrug off climate change. So this old prick interrupts her because he doesn't care because she's young and because he probably doesn't think climate change matters. And I bet her being female doesn't help that lack of respect either.
Yeah, I'd say you're probably right on all accounts.
So she wrote on Facebook, and this is an awesome quote. Today I have learnt that responding succinctly and in perfect jest to somebody heckling you about your age, as you speak about the impact of climate change on your generation, with the literal title of their generation, makes some people very mad. I just want to know if this girl has a newsletter that I can subscribe to. Because I love her. She sounds
sassy.
She sounds perfect. So the OK Boomer stuff, if you have somehow not heard about this, I'll try to summarize it a little bit.
Do it up.
I pulled a pretty good article from New York Post, but man, if you just Google OK Boomer, there's so much out there about it. Yeah. New York Post said, it doesn't matter if you're 85, 55, or 35, OK Boomer is about you if your ideas are deemed outdated. I really hate to quote a 17-year-old, but he did a good job explaining this. I think a big part of why it has caught on is just like baby boomers and older people in general love to complain about younger people on the whole. And they'll call anyone younger than them millennials, and then doing the same thing to older people by calling them boomers is kind of a pushback to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Skid nailed it. Like, I mean, that's what it's about.
For sure.
And, pretty much anyone older than like 30 likes to call anyone younger a millennial, even though millennials go up to age 38. Yeah. Like, I just saw a girl that I know on Facebook this week, and I went to her profile to check. She graduated high school the same year as me. Yeah. She is a millennial. Yeah. But in a comment on another friend's post, she was like, millennials are the worst. They have no respect for this, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, bitch, stay in your lane. You are a millennial.
Pump the brakes, ho.
I started to comment, and I was like, nope.
Oh, dude, it's, and that's the other thing that it's like, my God, choosing your battles on social media, man. Because it's sometimes you just invite stuff that it's like, you're not gonna accomplish anything. No,
and I absolutely knew calling her out would get nothing other than, see, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, like, I know it was
exactly.
So calling these people boomers getting attention because the olds are big mad about it. Yeah. The same boomers that raised all of us millennials demanding that we get participation trophies are now mocking millennials for getting participation trophies. I think you did this to us.
Yeah.
The boomers who raise millennials demanding respect are also so disrespectful themselves. And that double standard is just miserable if you can't tell that pisses me off.
Yeah. Jeez, dude.
Another teen who wasn't even named, but they quoted him, said, a boomer is really more a type of personality, someone who is intolerant to new ideas and who is ignorant to new ideas. I think that's a good way to put it. Like, it's not necessarily saying, yeah, you're a baby boomer, but like, I could okay boomer you if you were just out of line about something and like disconnected from it.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure.
And then there was a...
yeah.
You were about to bring that up? The radio host?
Please. Because this was just like, this is an eye roller.
A conservative radio host tweeted this week that boomer is, his quote here, the N-word of ageism. In the screenshot that Washington Post had of the tweet before Bob Lonsberry deleted it because it got ratioed all to hell. By the way, I'm extremely online, so I put a note about what ratioing is. Do you know what ratioing is?
I actually do not. Okay. Yeah,
so on Twitter, if you're this one as example, he had 929 retweets, 3,311 likes, and 20,000 replies. Being ratioed is when you get a whole bunch more replies than your likes and your retweets.
Oh, really?
Because that's basically a sign that, like, that's some backlash. Like, that's not just people retweeting it and liking it and, you know, confirming they agree with it somehow. Yeah. This is people being like, what the hell are you on about? Yeah.
Oh, God, you're making me feel so much older now that I'm like, I don't know these fucking terms.
That's just, it's just one of those, like, I don't know who knows that term. I know it because I like Twitter drama.
I was explaining to Megan what a Visco girl was.
Oh, God.
And she was like, I used to use that app. And I was like, you basic.
I still use that app. I like it, but I didn't even realize you could post to the app. I just use the filters.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
So, he deleted that tweet because he got schooled, I guess. And pretty much almost all the replies were just people saying, okay, boomer.
Dude. But see, that's the thing is it's like, that is just... Okay, boomer is funny.
Yeah.
In my opinion. It's like, honestly, sometimes it's funny when, like, boomers call us millennials because of some reason.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But, like, taking it to that level and, like, that comparison. Yeah. Nah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like.
And it even said in this article, despite the understandable frustration with the OK Boomer meme, Lonsberry's brazen juxtaposition of boomer to the N-word, a racial slur so offensive even he didn't feel comfortable spelling it out, was far from an apt comparison.
Yes.
And Dictionary.com even replied to him and set him straight. They said, boomer is an informal noun referring to a person born during a baby boom, especially one born in the U.S. between 46 and 65. The N-word is one of the most offensive words in the English language. Yeah. Like, thank you, Dictionary.com, because this guy needed to hear that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then one more thing on this.
Yeah, have it.
They had a tweet from Mark Hoppus from Blink-182, who's a fantastic follow on Twitter. He's really funny. All right. And, like, you'll be like, who tweeted this? It's so funny, because he rarely actually talks about Blink. He had a really good tweet, and he, like, kind of made, like, a fake conversation. It said, baby boomer creates a world of vastly inordinate wealth disparity, denies climate change, refuses to address gun violence beyond thoughts and prayers, insists that young people's are... I can't talk today. Young people are participation award snowflakes who need safe spaces. Young people reply, okay, boomer. Boomer. And it was just a gif of a super upset kid saying, oh my God.
That's awesome.
It's like, that really nailed it. Yeah. And Mark Hoppus is way not a millennial. I think he's like 50. He's up there.
Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, like, which we've talked about it a little bit in regards to the, I guess, further compartmentalization of the millennial generation. Yeah. That it's like the older versus the younger, you know? Because I feel like there really are, not to like, I hate to like, whatever, be like, but I don't really fall under a whole lot of the millennial, whatever the blanket statements about, you know. But I feel like there's a lot of people that are toward the beginning of the millennial, you know, whatever generation that would fall under the same thing.
Well, that's a thing that, man, I thought we fell into this. Mm-hmm. There's a word called an exennial, which is the people that are on the cusp of Gen X and millennial, which would sort of be us, but the cutoff date is kind of weird, but it's basically older millennials. but it's people that are born, this one says between 77 and 85.
Yeah.
And it's just basically, we went through a lot of technology change.
Yeah.
Whereas younger millennials have always had,
which
Wi-Fi.
I can't even imagine. Yeah.
And,
I can't even imagine that shit. Yeah.
Like, we had dial-up, and not everybody had dial-up, even when we were in high school.
Yeah.
And so, I think that's a whole... Man, we could go down a whole
that's a whole different...
that
might have to be a different episode.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool. But yeah, like,
that's pretty
I don't know.
awesome,
I think when people started using millennial as, like, a clapback or whatever recently...
Like derogatory.
Yeah, like... A lot of people get offended, and I started kind of defending millennials, and at this point, I'm just like, go fuck yourself. Like, I am a millennial, and I'm not super, like, proud of it, but, like, it is what it is. And
that's just a fact.
Yeah,
like... Literally, it means nothing else,
And, like, so many people that complain about millennials are, like, 35, and I'm like, again, you're a millennial.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure. Faux shizzle. Speaking of growing up with tech, let's talk about smart speakers and how you should probably not have one.
Or I've got a counter argument for that when you're done.
Okay. All right. That works. All right. So I pulled this one from Engadget. Now, I did just make the comment, you shouldn't have a smart speaker, as I look down at my iPhone 8, which literally is listening currently, and I'm sure I'll probably end up getting, like, Alexa ads or something after this. But anyway, so this article is called Lasers Can Silently Issue Voice Commands to Your Smart Speakers.
I'm already confused by just this title. I didn't click into the article when you put it on our thing, but, like, I'm like... Do lasers have voices?
So, and I'm glad that you actually said that, because I specifically found the paragraph talking about how it works.
Okay, cool.
Because that was my thing that, like, I was like, I love the tech spec kind of like shit. So this group in Tokyo were able to hijack a smart speaker from 230 to 300 feet away by focusing lasers using a telephoto lens. So the way that this works is within the smart speakers, there is a small plate called a diaphragm inside the device's microphones that moves when it's hit by sound.
Okay.
Lasers can replicate that movement and convert it into electrical signals that the device can understand. They said opening the garage door by taking over Google Home was easy to do, and they could have easily made online purchases, opened doors protected by smart locks, and even remotely unlocked cars connected to voice AI-powered devices by using the same method.
Okay. I like smart home things. Sometimes.
You are an Internet of Things woman.
I am, but I don't want a smart lock.
Oh, no.
I don't understand that.
No.
I don't want my garage door connected to a voice command.
I feel like home security stuff would make me, with the exception of, like, having your, even though I would not have a Ring either, I understand people liking the fact that they can have their phone not be at home and see who's at their front door or something like that,
but I don't see the point of, like, having... Why do you need a smart lock? Like, I don't need to remotely unlock the door for somebody.
And I don't know, I think it's more and I don't know, excuse me, I know that all the commercials that I've seen in regards to that stuff, it's more like, oh, I left the house, I don't know if the front door is unlocked.
And I have seen that. Like, there are some good benefits of, you can lock it, you can make things more secure with it. Yeah. But, like, I don't want to unlock anything with it.
Well, but it's like, in the same breath, these people these tech companies tell you, or are selling you on these devices and this interconnectivity and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then you go down to the next article, and it's like, oh, there was this huge breach.
Yeah.
And, like, all these cell phone numbers or whatever, all these cell phones got unlocked, or whatever. Yeah. And so, like, so this shit was kind of crazy, and honestly, I would 100% recommend everybody check this shit out.
Yeah.
But literally, they were in the building across from the one that they ended up opening the door too, or whatever.
Man.
And like it is some fucking wild stuff, man. So they've already notified Tesla, Ford, Amazon, Apple, and Google about this issue. They said that they were actually also able to hijack basically a lot of different phones: the iPhone XR, iPad 6th generation, Galaxy S9, Google Pixel 2. Yeah. Now, the difference between the smart speakers versus the smartphones that they were unlocking, or whatever, voice commanding kind of stuff, they had to be considerably closer to the smartphones. Yeah. So instead of the 230 to 350 feet, it was 16 to 65. Yeah. So, I mean, but still, even that, how many times do you lay your phone on, like, a tabletop in, like, Starbucks? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, it's just crazy that, this shit exists, and it's also crazy that legislation will not touch this for probably over a decade. Yeah. And once it does touch it, it's going to be fucking irrelevant.
Like, our laws are so outdated when it comes to any kind of tech, especially any smart tech, anything like that. And like, I love the whole concept of Apple Pay. I think it's super handy because we pretty much always have our phone in our hands. And if I can go somewhere and I don't have to dig out my wallet, fine, good. I'll pay you with my, bank Visa debit card from my phone. Yeah. But like, how safe is that? Yeah. Like, I don't know. I left Starbucks yesterday, and when I got in my car, I had like hit the wrong button, and it brought me all the way to the screen again to use my thumbprint to pay. And I'm like, for who? Like, what if I accidentally hit this right now? Would I have just bought someone's which, okay, shit, I'm out $4.50, but like, it's still the premise. But that's
like, still, exactly.
And I mean, I read somewhere the other day, I think it's like 70% of merchants take Apple Pay already. Oh, really? Like, it's up there. Oh, wow. And that's probably dated by the time we hear that number, Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of places. Like, places don't even realize. I checked out at Sephora yesterday. But you know how they're like, do you know how you'll be paying? And I was like, oh, yeah, Apple Pay. And she's like, oh, we don't have that. And I was like, oh, okay, I dug up my wallet. When it got to the screen that was like,
do you want to use that?
Yes! It was like, you don't even know you have Apple Pay. Bless your heart.
Oh my god. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. That is amazing.
But back to all that, I just don't get, like, it can't be as secure as we all assume it is.
No, and that's the thing, man. And oh god, there was something else that I was going to mention about the smart speaker stuff. Yeah. But I mean, it's just it's one of these situations that I am ignorant to exactly how these like wake words work. Yeah. And it's like, oh well, it's not really like analyzing what it's hearing.
So I've got a story for that.
Oh yes.
So
can you hear me rubbing my hands? Yes. Tell me, Allie.
There's a Florida man, surprise, a Florida man is charged with murdering his girlfriend, and investigators are hoping that recordings from the echo in the apartment can help clarify what actually happened. Mm-hmm. So basically, an echo works with Alexa voice recognition, and it's always listening, but Amazon's really sketchy on explaining that. They're like, well, yeah, it's always listening, and like, but it doesn't record until you like say the wake word, which is, you can only name it a few things. Like, you can name it Alexa or Echo or I think computer, which is really weird.
Oh, that stinks. Yeah. I wanted to name it like something really exotic, Jeez. Constantine. Okay, Constantine.
See, that'd be so cool. Like, that's way better.
Yeah, right. Order my paper towels.
Be like, Genghis Khan. What time is it?
Cleopatra. I need more Windex. Yeah, dude.
But yeah, like, according to the guy's version of the events, the pair were having, this is so much. Just get ready. According to the boyfriend, the pair were having an argument when the girlfriend grabbed a spear in his bedroom. And as the South Florida Sun Sentinel reports...
I feel like, sorry to cut you off real quick, but like, I feel like when she grabbed that spear, like there was a record scratch, and you hear this, I'm sure you're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
This article was even like really well written, and it even said, when she grabbed a spear, yes, a spear, in his bedroom.
God, sorry, go ahead.
No. So this newspaper said He claims he was pulling on her and dragging her off his bed when the spear somehow broke and impaled her in the chest.
God, I hate when that happens.
It happens to the best of us.
You know?
I mean, who among us hasn't?
Who really has the money for, like, a really high structural integrity spear?
You can't just store your spear in some sort of shaft all the time. No. Sometimes it's just out on the nightstand. You know how it is. You know how it is with your spears. So it impaled her in the chest, and your boy is real smart, and he just pulled it right out, trying to save her. Surprise, she died.
He was like, I pulled it back out, and then I thought, oh God, maybe I should have pulled it back, so I stuck it back in.
What is that from? Oh my God, there was some movie, and it was like the most ridiculous scene, and it was a scene like that. Yeah. They like put it back, and I'm crying laughing at it.
God.
So
he said she fell on it?
No, she grabbed it. And then it impaled her in the chest.
On its own volition.
Often I grab something as I'm being dragged off of my boyfriend's bed, and it impales me in the chest. I mean, that happens a lot.
Whoa. Man, all right.
So it's still developing. The story is not very...
but we might have a witness.
And her name is Alexa.
Ooh.
They're really hoping that they can get some actual useful recordings from that. But, like, I guess I don't know what they think they're going to hear on that, because you're probably just going to hear a struggle and then maybe like an ow, oh fuck.
Well, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm stabbing you with a spear.
Sit still. I hope that's the recording.
Imagine.
Oh, which, by the way, obviously,
or she's
this is
just
sad,
like, I know, but still,
But this is
what if she's on there going, not the spear? Do not stab me in the chest with the spear.
Oh my God, I can't believe my boyfriend's stabbing with this spear.
And then in the court, the attorney is like, ladies and gentlemen, she was known for being a drama queen. Yeah. It impaled her, and she just said these things.
She loved to munch on bananas as midnight snacks. There was a banana peel on the bed. She slipped.
Classic Mario Kart move.
Classic Mario. We've all been there. So, but yeah, dude.
And basically Amazon has said there's several cases like this in the past, and Amazon's always like, no. That's protected by First Amendment. Like, you can't just have those recordings unless you come to us with, like, a significant legal demand. Yeah. And then they do, and then Amazon's like, okay, you can have them. Yeah.
Well, see, that's kind of the thing that's the thing that I just don't trust these companies with anyway. Yeah. Because, I mean, dude, when it really comes down to it,
like, they're all about your privacy until they get subpoenaed.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, well, we don't want to fucking fight that legal battle, so we're just going to throw you under the bus. Yeah.
So. And a company as big as Amazon, if they can't fight it, who can?
Yeah, exactly.
But there was another article that I had remembered, the murders, two murders, were in January of 2017, and I started Googling and fell down a whole rabbit hole, but if you Google this guy's name, his name is Timothy Verrill, Verrill. If you Google his name, there's a lot about his trial, which is just now going on. It's a complete mess. It's a bunch of drug dealers and people involved in possibly killing for hire. It's a really weird trial. And but yeah, that was another where they were getting stuff from Alexa to see if they could really.
I think I remember.
That's the one that you heard, because we all heard about, and then like it fell off the face of the earth. Which I guess because it didn't go to trial for almost 3 years, so now it's in trial. I think now.
Our legal system's not broken. What are you talking about?
No, we would never broken like a spear in someone's chest.
Oh, nice. Oh my God.
Oh man.
Do you have anything else?
No, that's it for me. Okay. If you want to start our new thing.
So we got a little bit of time. Yeah. So I'm gonna go through this one because we're on a talk about hiring. Well, the last thing that you were talking about was whatever, potentially people hired to kill. Yeah. So let's talk about a little
hitman hiring hitman.
Yeah, right. Let's talk about a woman in Australia.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I loved this one. I forgot this one was on here.
Yeah, dude. So this woman with Melbourne gangland links, I didn't look into that, but I was just like, okay. I mean, this one's already starting.
Do you know,
off
apparently
well.
they all pronounce it Melbourne?
Melbourne?
Like, that's how they say it.
Oh, well, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Learned that from the Dollop.
Really?
Been listening to way too much Dollop.
Which is another fantastic
so
podcast.
Good.
So
love those guys.
I feel like, okay, so real quick tangent. The bingo, Tether Radio bingo.
Yeah.
And maybe just like when we mention another podcast.
I've already got that listed.
Okay, rock and roll.
Yeah.
All right. So Allie had the fantastic idea. We are all about tropes within our...
I like tropes everywhere, but...
Yeah. So we're currently, and I'm not going to interject it's Allie. It is all Allie.
I'm working on putting together a bingo.
To help with, I don't know, if we think it would be pretty fun to try to play it.
Well, I got this idea because, I love the whole bingo of, like, things, but I got this from somebody posting on Reddit where they had made a couple for the Dollop, and like one of the things said Jose noises, which is Garrett's cat. Like sometimes you can hear him in the background, and I'm like, we got to put Finn noises on ours.
Finn noises, 100%, man. But yeah. So hopping back to the article, this 46-year-old woman, she was already serving decades behind bars for killing her besotted lover, Wayne Amy. Do you know what the word besotted?
I was just about to ask if you did.
I do now.
Okay, cool.
Like highly infatuated. I had to look it up.
Okay.
But yeah.
Good word.
Really good word, right? So she was in jail because she had hired wait. I had to like literally write who killed who.
Yeah, you almost had to like diagram it.
So Robin Lindholm is her name. And so Wayne Amy killed her live-in partner, George Templeton.
Okay.
And then basically what happened was she was like seeing this dude. Then this other guy comes into the picture by the name of Torsten Trabert.
That's a fake name.
Yeah, right.
I mean, also that one guy's last name is Amy? No.
Yeah. It was, I'm telling you, dude, a lot of holes. But basically, she after she had hired the one guy to kill her live-in partner, she talked to this other dude into killing her, whatever, the guy that she was cheating on her live-in partner with. And like, this is kind of a sad story. Because...
So she... Ultimately, there's 4 dudes involved. She's banging 2 of them, and then 2 of them were hitmen. Yeah?
4 dudes? I thought it was just 3. 3 dudes and a girl.
Maybe I'm not following along right. So she...
So Lindholm is the woman.
Yeah.
She had... she had George Templeton killed by Wayne Amy.
Okay.
And then Wayne Amy was killed by Torsten Trabert.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude.
Well, then you got to get somebody to kill that last guy because he knows what's up.
You got to tie up those loose ends. We all know about that shit. So, but yeah, and the last dude, like, it wasn't even like it was described as he was motivated by a quote obsessive lust. I was like, interesting.
Maybe he should just buy a robot clone. I don't know.
Right. We know a website. Trabert, get out to us. Hit us up, tetherradio@gmail.com. But no, it was like kind of fucked, man. Like the Amy guy who was her lover.
Yeah.
He got hit in the head with a baseball bat, thrown into a car trunk, and then he was stabbed, strangled, and dumped at a remote location.
Good lord.
It's like, Jesus.
Super dead.
I mean, but this totally sounds like gang violence kind of stuff.
Yes.
I feel like with like a crime of passion kind of thing, normally you're just gonna kind of kill them in one way, right?
Yeah, like you just kill them and then they're dead. You only have to kill them the one time.
yeah, exactly. But it was, dude, just quite the thing to dissect.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so she is, 46, she's serving time. She will be 71 when she's first eligible to apply, and in her 80s, to apply for parole, and in her 80s when the new sentence expires.
But she had 2 dudes killed.
See, that was my thing. I was like, how is this bitch gonna like get on parole ever? Right. Like, that doesn't make any sense. No. So, but I guess I'm sorry, I just had a super random thought. Yeah? But did you know that Australia is basically where we used to ship all of our convicts and stuff?
There's a real good dollop about that.
Have you seen the 19 Crimes wine?
Yeah.
And that, like, that's the thing. There were 19 crimes that if you committed one of them, you got shipped to fucking Australia. Yeah. I thought that was a kind of a cool little...
Oh, that's neat. That's neat.
But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to shake it up a little bit. And I have invited my lovely wife to come up and have a little segment called... Well, first of all, say hello, Megan.
Hey!
But here, I'll give you the headphones so that you can hear how close you need to be to the mic and everything. But
okay.
Why don't you explain what we're doing a little bit?
Okay. So this is a new segment called Allie's Adventures in Movie Land. All right. So these are the rules. All right. So I'm going to read a plot summary to you of a movie.
Did you write it or did you find it? I just wondered.
A little bit of both.
Okay. I just wondered.
Most of them I found, but then I like kind of tweaked them a little bit.
Okay, cool.
So Daniel's supposed to kind of guess too, but he probably already looked.
No, I didn't look up.
But I had to tweak some of them so it took out like character names.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So I'll read it and then you try to guess the title if you think you know it. Yeah. If you don't know it, then Daniel's going to give you a hint because we think he might know the movie.
Probably.
Okay. But then... Okay, yeah. So then after he gives you the hint, then you try to guess it again if you don't know it. But if you don't know it, then just come up with a title and tell us you're just coming up with a title.
Great. Okay.
So real quick recap.
Uh-huh.
Megan's going to read the synopsis. Uh-huh. Or the little plot line that she has. Then you're going to get to guess.
Yeah.
If you don't get it right... Then I'm going to give you a hint.
Okay.
And then if you still can't get it from there, you have to come up with what you think the title of the movie should be.
And ultimately, this is just because I don't watch many movies and you guys want to make fun of me for it. Okay.
Basically.
Okay, great.
I'm also trying to stump Daniel, which I don't think will happen.
Ooh, that'll be tough.
Because then if you don't get it, then he tries to guess what he thinks it is.
Yeah.
Which he'll probably get it. All right. First one. Okay, a young man is murdered. His spirit stays behind to protect his lover from the goons who killed him with the help of a psychic.
I 100% know this.
Well, of course you know it. Fuck. I don't know.
Okay, you want a hint?
Yeah, give me a hint.
All right, Whoopi Goldberg is the psychic. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, God. I can't even think of a Whoopi Goldberg movie other than Sister Act. And that
definitely
can't
not
be
Sister
it.
Act.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so what do you think it should be called?
Oh, man. Let me hear that one more time. That's synopsis.
Okay. A young man is murdered. His spirit stays behind to protect his lover from the goons who killed him with the help of a psychic.
I love this.
Ghost Protector. That's what I'm naming it. I'm naming
pretty
it
good.
Ghost Protector.
Right,
so, Daniel, what is it?
It's Ghost.
Yeah.
The movie
Just Ghost.
Ghost Protector.
What if I just named it Ghost? You would be like, wait. You know there's a movie called Ghost?
Amazing.
I had no idea the premise
It has
of Ghost.
Patrick Swayze in it.
That's the clay thing, right? The
Yeah.
face? Yeah.
Yeah.
Unchained Melody while he's
there's-
doing pottery.
super weird, like, sexual scene in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, ready for your next one?
Yep.
All right, an alien life form consumes everything in its path as it grows and grows.
I know that one, I think.
Oh my god.
But
I want to say like Mars Attacks or something, but I don't know.
So
that's a good guess.
I believe this was in the 60s, I think?
Close.
The original?
Pretty close.
And I believe it's been redone also.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to guess Alien.
Okay.
No, that's close though.
Great.
All right, so what do you think it should be called?
I'm gonna call it Alien Eat World. It's like a homage to Jimmy Eat World.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I like that. This is not it though.
No.
Is it The Blob?
It is
The Blob?
It's called The Blob, yeah.
All right, Daniel's 100% gonna know this one. He was like, you're gonna know all of these. Anyway, all right. A troubled teen is plagued by visions of a man in a large rabbit suit telling him the world will end in 28 days.
That's Donnie Darko. I love Donnie Darko.
Yes, a standing ovation.
My friend Sarah and I, we shop a lot on the weekends, and we were walking into an Ulta a couple weeks ago. Well, it was in the summer because the girl was wearing shorts. Yeah. This girl was coming out when we were walking in, and she had tattoos on the front of each thigh, and one was the creepy things from Beetlejuice with like the big mouths.
I think they were sandworms.
Oh yeah, okay. That chase after you.
Well, they look kind of like people.
Oh,
but they've got like really big mouths.
Oh wait, did you say Stranger Things?
No,
you said
Beetlejuice. It's the sandworm thing.
Yeah, I think it is the sandworm.
Anyway, that was on one thigh, but on the other thigh was Frank from Donnie Darko, the rabbit. And she and I we watched the fuck out of Donnie Darko, and like, as soon as the door shut behind us, we both like stopped dead in our tracks, and we were like,
"Is that it?"
No, it's
wow.
Is it maybe the parents?
No, it's when they pull their faces and stuff.
Okay, yeah. I've not seen Beetlejuice in a million years.
That's so fucking good.
Yeah, we would like stop dead in our tracks, and we were like, "Did you see her Frank tattoo?" And I'm like, "Why didn't we just talk to her?" Because like.
Yeah,
I talk to everybody. Why would I not? I don't know.
That's awesome, man. That sounds super.
What a fun thing.
Yeah. Well, so
dude, I'm gonna try to do this, but with books and make you guess books.
Oh, Lord.
Dude, that would be fun as shit.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to be a little bit more.
No, it'll be big time books,
like Of Mice and Men, or
something. It'll be something big, like
something that was a high school required reading.
Oh my gosh.
That was good.
Well, thank you, Miri.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Peace out.
Bye.
So, let us know what you think about that new little tidbit, Allie's Adventures in Movie Land.
I like it.
Yeah, I liked it too. But yeah, so I'm glancing at the clock.
Yeah.
I believe it's that time. Lovely listeners. So, you have been listening to the Tether Radio Podcast. This was episode 74. We are knocking on the door of 100, man, and I am stoked.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to come up
big.
We're gonna have to come up with something really big. Oh, man, what if we could do like? Well, I don't know. This might be too much, but like first live show.
Oh yeah,
I don't know, dude.
Maybe we can do first live show before 100. That's a while.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
we can do a live show.
But yeah, let us know what you think about the episode. We are always down to take any kind of criticism or whatever accolades if you want to,
please.
Or whatever. Also, just to put this out there, we have a new functioning Tether Radio After Dark on Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook group. Jeez,
just a closed group, so your normal friends won't see your weird comments in our group.
Yes, and we threw just some kind of like fun questions to ask. Literally, the moderators are the only ones that see the questions and stuff, and we really just want to get an idea of who's finding their ways, into our group and stuff. Yeah. But anyway, for all of your email needs, hit us up at tetherradio@gmail.com. That is TETHERRADIO@gmail.com. We're also on Twitter at Tether_radio. We are on Instagram at Tether_radio. Facebook, we have a page, Tether Radio, all one word. And then also, what else was I going to mention?
The site.
Our website's back up. Joseph, our webmaster, has guest host on occasion and webmaster all the damn time. He's worked on that and gotten our website back up. So show notes and stuff should be basically updated more regularly and everything. So yeah, this has been Tether Radio, episode 74. Thank you for lending us your ear. I'm Daniel.
I'm Allie.
And man, we hope you guys have a fantastic week and look forward to talking to you next week. Take it easy, friendos.
Bye.